effective lead follow-up script. Sound good? Okay, so this is actually build up on what we talked about last week, which was atomic habits. So I'm going to just kind of go over. So one of the things we talked about last week was to remember what makes it extraordinary, extraordinary. Basically, they just do the ordinary things every single day, right? And last week we talked about like how to create habits based on the book Atomic Habits that by James Klein. Chris and I were talking about how we need to set habits for the next year. And we're going to go over, and I kind of ended it with what we call the 5 to Thrive. I learned from Tom Ferry. So 5 habits that agents need to do every single day, no matter what, in order to thrive in their business. And you probably know this, but the thing about this business, and a lot of times why we probably kind of go over relatively the same things all the time, is because it's a simple business that if we choose to do it, it's really quite easy. It's just not easy because we're trying to find other ways to do it other than what's so simple. So number 1 will be start every day in a good emotional place. Right? Because our business has so much stuff that goes on, options, periods, like contracts, deal swap, there's just stuff all the time. So just remember to start every day with gratitude, okay? Just pick 7 to 10 things that you're truly, truly grateful for. It could be the roof over your head, the opportunity to make unlimited income, so many things that we can all be thankful for. Also, go and recommit to your goals. There's 7 to 10 goals. Recommit to your goals every single day. Because remember, this is like basic physics. Like attracts like. You put water and oil together, you shake them up, they're going to separate. Right? So you want to surround yourself with gracious people who have goals. You become a gracious person who has goals, and you'll attract gracious people who have goals, right?
That's a question.
Yes.
When it says recommit to your goals, what exactly does that? I know what that means, but what process do you think someone should go through to recommit to their goals?
Well, we're going to do a class on that, on goals, on what that looks like. But basically, you define your goals and you reconnect with your goals every single day, versus having a goal end of the year and just letting it go, and then end of the following year you're like, oh, what was my goal last year? But if you review your goals on a daily basis, go back to your 411 that we had talked about: goal setting, recommitting, micro commitments on a daily basis. Does that make sense? Cool. The next, number 2 in our 5 to Thrive, is do your planning session. What do I want to achieve each day? What results do I want? Be specific and simple, laser focused. Remember when we did that class on our 411? This is every day you review your 411 and your daily events. And then, and here's an example. Instead of saying, hey, today I want to go get a listing. And you'll say, you know what, today I want to get that listing at 123 Main Street, and I'm going to get it at $497,000, and I will talk to 10 sellers, right? That's which one is going to be a better commitment for you and your business and your achievement? Does that make sense to you guys? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Number 3, take 5 to 10 minutes to review your market. Look at your hot sheet. If you don't know how to create a hot sheet in your MLS, create your own hot sheet so you know what's going on in the MLS. Look at your showing time report for the market. Okay? Find out where the buyers are, where the showings are at, because that is a leading indicator in today's market. This will set you apart from any other realtor out there. And also, when somebody asks you how's the market, right? You can say, well, this hasn't come out yet in public record, but this is what's going on now. Can you see how that makes you an expert in your industry? Mm-hmm. This is not Googleable. Okay? Number 4 is role play. Role play with your friends, your peers, your family, your puppy. Juan this morning role played with Kitty, right? Because you're gonna either practice on your clients or you're gonna practice with yourself. And I don't know about you, most people don't have enough clients to truly practice on, okay? So every day, this is number 4 of your 5 to thrive. Remember, think of an athlete. They go to practice before the game. They don't just show up on game day, right? And so many realtors in our industry don't practice consistently every single day like a pro. They just show up on game day. You know who shows up on game day and doesn't practice in between? Refs. That's funny.
That's funny.
Rec players. Recreational. So you can decide if you're going to treat this like a hobby, recreation, or if this is truly going to be your profession. If this is your profession, this is what one of the things we're going to commit to every single day, right? Next is be willing to talk on the phone X times every single day. You make that personal commitment. We often hear the 554. Pick your number, 554. That's 5 people in your database, 5 new people, and 4 lead follow-up. Okay? Juan used to commit to getting 1 referral a day and 1 new person in his database every single day, whether it took him 5 minutes or 5 hours. Okay? Whatever it is, commit to your micro commitment that you're going to do every single day. Can you see how if you did these 5 things every single day, how your business will be significantly different in 12 months?
Mm-hmm.
What if you would have committed to this every single day last year?
I'd be in a lonely place.
Right? So last week we talked about the habits and how to create the habits so that our bodies and our minds create the physical results that we need so that we're not just pushing through. Does that make sense? And using our willpower. So there's some tips and tricks from last week. But let's go on today's things, because today we're talking about a script that really works. We're keeping it simple, okay? But before I get into the script, I want you to think about the biggest challenge that realtors have when it comes to following up on leads. Otherwise, the likelihood of you getting the results that you want may not exist, okay? So once you read the script, you might say, oh, that's too simple. So we want to go into why we're keeping it simple and why simple works, okay?
I love it.
What would you do if you had a lead that came in and they called you about 123 Main Street? Just so you know, it's a 3-2 in Allen ISD for like $500K. How would you respond to that lead?
Do you want to answer?
Sure.
Oh, okay. So if the lead came, internet lead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd call them up and I'd say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, just giving you a ring. I saw you, you inquired about the house on 123 Main. And I was just checking in to see if I can help you out or answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. That is exactly what other realtors say. That is exactly what most realtors say. Okay? Most realtors receive a lead from a property sign. It can be an internet lead, a sign call, anything. And based on what the prospect, and they'll just call back based on exactly what that prospect reached out to them for. Okay? So just like he said, I'm calling you back about 123 Main Street. How can I help you? Now, you wouldn't think of this as a pitfall, right? Well, it seems to be like the right thing. The prospect has 2 goals when they are researching properties. All right? 2 goals. So you got to think of this from their perspective. So think about when you are going to buy a car, and right? And let's say you look online. What are you doing when you look online at cars? You're probably going through an elimination process mentally. It costs too much. It's not the right color. I want leather seats. I want this. you're doing an elimination process, right? And real estate buyers are no different. Think about it that way, okay? Can you see how this is true?
Yeah.
So your goal number 2, when you go to buy a car and you actually need to call the dealership for more info, your goal is to eliminate the salesperson. You don't want to have to talk to the salesperson. You want to talk to the car. This is a typical person, would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I want to let you know it's no different when people are looking to buy a house. Because a lot of times people have more experience buying a car, and for most people, the car is the biggest purchase of their entire life. That's what they have to go by. Our job is to bridge the difference and to get them to the other side to recognize the difference. Does that make sense? We got to let them know that we actually have something that they want. They can eliminate that car, but we have something else that they want. They can try to eliminate us, but they have to go through us to get what they want, right? So after tracking the results of thousands of leads to the moon and back, I'm wondering if you can figure out where I got this script from by some of the things I say, right? So if you're calling them back about the property they originally inquired about, what are your chances of selling them that home, right?
About 1%.
1%. Because they're probably not going to buy the house that they called you on, right? So let's say, oops, oh, that's not a touchscreen. So let's say, so are you guys ready? Are you ready for the script?
Ready.
I've been leading up to it. Okay.
Bring it.
Gotta know you start with a smile. Step 1 to the script is smile. Make sure your energy is in the right place. Okay? Your attitude is everything. You've got what they want. Know that going in. Here you go. Hey Lori, this is Bettina with eXp Realty. Thank you for taking my call. Part 1. I'm calling to update my files to see if you're still in the market to buy a home or find out if you've already purchased something. That's the script.
Can you go back in?
Go back.
I don't remember it.
Hi, this is Brittany with eXp Realty. Thank you for taking my call. What would you say? Well, absolutely. Lori, what would you say if I said that to you?
Oh, I'll be like, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a one-worder. Okay.
Right, okay. So, hey, here's the thing. I'm calling to update my files to see if you're still in the market to buy a home or find out if you've already purchased something. That's it. I told you it was simple. There are a couple points I'd like to make about the beauty of this very simple approach. Okay? There are only really 2 answers to the question. Rather than calling them back about one house, you're now able to call them back about every house that's on the market. Not just 123 Main Street. Okay? I've split tested this script. Other people split tested this script with every variation we could come up with, and the simple script above yielded the best conversion rates. It doesn't matter when the prospect reached you, so sometimes we don't get them within 5 seconds. Sometimes it's 2 weeks ago. Sometimes they're old leads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always use this script. It gives you the opportunity to listen. Know this, that it just rolls off your tongue. Once you hit play, the script goes like a habit. It's automated. It opens up your receptors to receive the information. If they say, I'm no longer looking, great. At least now we know we can move on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they say, I'm still in the market, then you can go to the next part of you can go into your dialogue, build rapport, get their needs, right? So, we're still in the market. Fantastic. So tell me, what part of town are you most interested in? Is it East Allen or is it all over Collin County? What are you looking for? Okay? So how many bedrooms do you need? I'll reference the property. The property you asked about had 4 bedrooms. Do you need 4 bedrooms? Some people need a 3-bedroom plus an office. Okay? How many bathrooms? 3 bedrooms or 3 bathrooms, or do you need 2 bathrooms and a half? Does that make sense? Perfect. Well, I'm inputting your criteria into that multiple listing service that hosts all of the real estate listings that are available right now. And in a matter of moments, I'll be particular school district. You dig deeper. You're now acting as their realtor, right? You're not just acting like a person who's selling that one car. So tell me what you're looking for.
Beautiful.
You've opened it up. You get the point. So once you've input their criteria, you can share how many listings are available and close for the appointment. You can also begin qualifying the prospect by asking a few more questions. What kind of questions do you need? Qualifying questions are we going to ask? After we know what they want, their hopes, their dreams in real estate.
They've been pre-approved.
Thank you. So are you paying cash or do you need financing? Do you need to sell your existing home before you purchase your next home?
Question about that, unless you want me to ask later.
Yeah.
I did get a lead that was interested in the property that I sent them, and they were talking about how they need to sell their home possibly before buying another home. But they're like, but we understand the prices increase in spring. So how would I go about talking to them about selling their home before buying another home?
Well, what I would probably say is, you know what? There's several options for you. I don't know if you're familiar with the bridge loan. The option 1 is to sell your home, lease back, find another home, and coordinate that, right?
Yeah.
It's the stress level can be a little high, but I've done it many times before. Me and my team have done it many times before. It's not a problem. We do it with ease. The other option is possibly considering a bridge loan, which is a temporary loan that'll carry you so that you can purchase your home and then sell this home once it's under contract.
And a bridge loan right now is the most profitable thing you can do.
So,
Timing.
right. So, how about this? I know somebody who's an expert on bridge loans. They've done hundreds and hundreds of these. And they can give you the information so that you can make the best decision for you and your family.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, do you need to sell your existing home before you purchase? Another thing would be possibly to say, so are you currently renting your home, or do you have a home you need to sell? You know, but this one pretty much sums it up. Pretty simple. Okay. And then the next one is and then this one's a close, right? You want to the other thing is you want to make sure they're not working with another realtor. And it also almost discredits the other realtor without really discrediting the other realtor, right?
That's good.
Because if they had an active realtor they were working with, Brittany, I love you. If they had an active realtor they were working with, would they reach out to their realtor that they were in relationship with? Or would they be reaching out to everybody else online?
That's an awesome question.
Right?
That is
So-
the best question I've heard about this.
Yeah, so I assume that because you contacted me directly, that you're not actually obligated to purchase your next home through another realtor. And you turn that into question. You just, right? Does that make sense? You just kind of sneak it in there like, am I assuming correctly that, you're not married before you called me? I didn't want to be overly assumptive, right? But right?
Yeah.
It's kind of those one things. Am I assuming correctly that you're not cheating on somebody else? One, if your buyer is out cheating on you and calling other realtors, wouldn't you like somebody else to let them know that you should be contacting you so that you get the information, so you get the knowledge, so that you can better serve them? Right? So that you know that they're actually considering a house that's actually a 3-bedroom versus a 4-bedroom that they had initially said that they had to have.
Love it.
Right? These are the conversations they should be having with the realtor, not you. You have these conversations with your clients, maybe they're less likely to murmur, right? So here's some additional questions. How soon would you like to be in your new home? A lot of times, if it's a cold call, they're going to say, oh, not anytime soon. right? I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, let's nail that down a little bit, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 being an immediate need to purchase. With me?
Not me, someone else.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being an immediate need to purchase, and 1 means you're just curious, window look shopping, how would you rate yourself? 5. Excellent. 5's a great place to be. What would you have to happen for you to become a 10?
I like a regular customer, not myself.
Okay.
No. I probably just need to find something that I really like.
So you just need to find something you really like. Excellent. So if we found something you really liked on a 10 out of 10 scale, where would you be then on a scale of 1 to 10? 7. Excellent. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you'd be a 7. What would have to happen for you to become a 10?
Have you already asked me if I'm pre-approved?
Pre-qualified?
Pre-qualified?
Mm-hmm. Or no, let's say no.
Pre-approved, yeah.
Yeah, money. You want to make sure you can buy the house.
Right.
So let's say we find the perfect house, and you within your budget that you're very comfortable with. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate yourself?
10.
A 10. Okay. Well, then it appears that my goal for you is to help you ensure that you get the funds that you're comfortable with and help you find the house that works well for you. And if we did that, we can work together, right?
Yes.
Okay. I trust that this has been a really good investment of your time. My hope for you guys is that your conversion rate for 2020 skyrockets.
Me too.
Skyrockets. And so, and then and I hope this really simple script really helps you. Cool? Mm-hmm. All right. That is it.
That's brilliant. That was brilliantly simple.
That was awesome.
Can we go back to the script again? Sorry.
You want to put pause on that? Absolutely.
Do you put
Minutes
pause
are
or do you
long,
finish?
Bettina.
Do you put pause or finish?
Finish. This is going to be the Juan and Bettina face.